Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to travel back in time to ancient Egypt to learn about one of history's most fascinating and powerful women, Cleopatra. This is a perfect opportunity to improve your English listening skills while enjoying an incredible story. So sit back, relax, and let's begin our journey. Cleopatra VII was the last pharaoh of Egypt. She was born in 69 BC into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a family of Greek origin that had ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years. From a young age, Cleopatra was exceptionally intelligent. She was fluent in 9 languages, including Egyptian, which was rare for her family. Most of her ancestors only spoke Greek. This ability to speak the local language made her very popular with the Egyptian people. She also studied mathematics, philosophy, and astronomy, making her one of the most educated women of her time. When her father, Ptolemy XII, died, Cleopatra was just 18 years old. She became co-ruler with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, who was only 10. As was the custom, they were married to each other to keep the royal bloodline pure. However, their relationship was not a happy one. Powerful advisors at the royal court influenced her young brother and turned him against her. They didn't want a strong, intelligent woman in power. Soon a conflict broke out, and Cleopatra was forced to flee Egypt. But Cleopatra was not someone who gave up easily. She was determined to reclaim her throne. At this time, Rome was the greatest power in the Mediterranean, and its most famous general, Julius Caesar, had arrived in Egypt. Cleopatra saw an opportunity. She knew that if she could get Caesar on her side, she could defeat her brother. But how could she meet him? Her brother's forces controlled the area around the palace where Caesar was staying. This is where one of the most famous stories about Cleopatra comes from. She had herself secretly rolled up inside a carpet. This carpet was then presented as a gift to Julius Caesar. When the carpet was unrolled, Cleopatra appeared, surprising the Roman general. Caesar was immediately impressed by her bravery and intelligence. He was charmed by her wit and her ambition. He agreed to help her. With the support of Caesar's powerful Roman army, Cleopatra's forces defeated her brother's army in a battle. Her brother, Ptolemy XIII, drowned in the Nile River while trying to escape. With her brother gone, Cleopatra was once again the pharaoh of Egypt. To secure her position, she then married her even younger brother, Ptolemy XIV, but she held the real power. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar's relationship grew stronger. They had a son together named Caesarion, which means Little Caesar. Cleopatra traveled to Rome with Caesarion and was treated like a queen. It seemed that her future, and the future of Egypt, was secure with the powerful backing of Rome. However, everything changed in 44 BC. Julius Caesar was assassinated in Rome by a group of senators who feared he was becoming too powerful. His death created chaos and a power vacuum in the Roman Republic. Cleopatra had to quickly return to Egypt. Her powerful ally was gone, and her position was once again uncertain. She needed a new plan to protect her kingdom and her son's future. After Caesar's death, a civil war broke out in Rome. The power was eventually divided among 3 men, one of whom was Mark Antony, another famous Roman general. Antony took control of the eastern part of the Roman Empire, which included Egypt. He summoned Cleopatra to meet him in Tarsus, a city in modern-day Turkey. He wanted to question her loyalty and get money from Egypt to fund his military campaigns. Cleopatra knew this meeting was crucial. She didn't arrive as a nervous subject. Instead, she made a spectacular entrance. She sailed up the river in a magnificent golden barge with purple sails. She was dressed as the goddess Venus, surrounded by servants. Antony was completely captivated by her display of wealth and power, and by her personal charm. Just like Caesar before him, he fell in love with Cleopatra. Mark Antony and Cleopatra became one of history's most famous couples. He spent the winter with her in Alexandria, the capital of Egypt. They enjoyed a life of luxury and pleasure, but their relationship was also a political alliance. Antony needed Egypt's wealth, and Cleopatra needed Rome's military protection to keep Egypt independent. They had 3 children together, 2 sons and a daughter. For a while, it seemed that their combined power could challenge anyone. But their relationship angered many people back in Rome, especially Antony's rival, Octavian. Octavian was Julius Caesar's adopted son and heir. He used Antony's relationship with a foreign queen as propaganda. He told the Roman people that Antony had forgotten his Roman duties and was under the spell of an Egyptian sorceress who wanted to rule Rome. The situation grew worse when Antony declared Cleopatra's son Caesarion as the true heir of Julius Caesar, which was a direct challenge to Octavian. The conflict between Octavian and Antony finally led to a great naval battle in 31 BC, known as the Battle of Actium. It was a decisive moment in history. Unfortunately for Cleopatra and Antony, the battle was a disaster. Their fleet was defeated by Octavian's more organized and effective navy. According to some accounts, Cleopatra fled the battle early, and Antony, seeing her ship sail away, abandoned his men to follow her. After their defeat, they returned to Egypt, knowing that Octavian would soon follow. Antony heard a false rumor that Cleopatra had died. Devastated by the news, he fell on his sword. As he was dying, he was brought to Cleopatra, and he died in her arms. It was a tragic end for the Roman general. Now, Cleopatra was alone and defeated. Octavian's forces entered Alexandria. He captured Cleopatra and planned to take her to Rome to parade her as a prize in his victory celebration. This would have been the ultimate humiliation for the proud queen of Egypt. Cleopatra would not let that happen. She wanted to die as a queen, not as a prisoner. The story of her death is as legendary as her life. It is said that she had a poisonous snake, an asp, smuggled to her in a basket of figs. She allowed the snake to bite her, and she died. With her death in 30 BC, the Ptolemaic dynasty ended after 300 years. Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire, and the age of the pharaohs was over. Cleopatra's story has captivated people for over 2,000 years. She was a brilliant and ambitious leader who used her intelligence and charm to navigate a world dominated by powerful men. She fought to protect her country's independence and left a legacy that continues to fascinate us to this day. She wasn't just a beautiful seductress, as she is often portrayed. She was a skilled politician and a powerful ruler in her own right. Thank you so much for joining me to learn about the incredible life of Cleopatra. I hope you enjoyed the story and that it helped you practice your English. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories to help you learn English. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. See you next time.